For this one, we're going to use a curves adjustment again, and then we're going to apply that little subtle S curve that I was talking about. So let's go ahead and start. So on this particular image, it's a nicely exposed image, so there's not a ton that needs to be done, but some of this is more stylistic than anything. I can go to curves, and looking at this histogram, it's not showing me that there's any really, really light areas that are overexposed or any really dark, dark areas that are underexposed. So within this, going and just dragging them inward like we did on the levels is not going to help this image. What we're going to do instead is we're going to actually click on this point right here. And when I bring this up, it's going to start lightening the image. So it's adjusting it. It's kind of washing it out just a little bit. We're going to purposely do that. We're going to drag that upwards. You could actually type the number 25 in there if you wanted to. And I'm going to click on next, and you'll notice it fades the thing out, but it makes it so there's not as much of a dark contrast between all of the different colors that are on there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to adjust how dark these things are. We want to actually bring down some of the shadows. So with this part, we want to get rid of some of the washed out look. So right here, as you go up this line a little bit, go ahead and click like right about here. This is going to add in a point. If I start to drag this down, see now it's giving me a little bit of a darker range. If you want to get the exact number like they're using, you can click on that. On this output part, you can put 69. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to lighten the light. So we're going to make like a little mini S curve. I'm going to click about there, and I'm going to type in 210. Now, again, with the numbers, I'm not always using those because I'm not always following a tutorial. So I'm just looking to see where to move the thing up and down. Whoa. Again, I added an extra anchor point, so I'm just going to drag that one off. I'm going to move this up. Put that one 210. So what's happened is I've got this little bit of an S curve. So I've raised this thing up so that it already lightened up some of the dark areas. So you can kind of see it lightened that up. So it's not quite as washed out, but we still get a decent contrast between those. And that helped to pull some stuff out of the shadows and gave it more of a matte or a soft finish, as opposed to a much more dramatic difference between the dark colors. Now, again, stylistically, you might like this one more than this one. It just depends on what kind of feeling that you're going for. But that is another way to make adjustments. And again, emphasizing that little subtle S curve where you're popping the highlights a little bit more and you're darkening the shadows just a little bit. I think that is effective on almost any photo.